Alright. Gonna be playing some more Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm looking forward to it. Last time, even though I might not be exactly what you would call the speedrunner, I made progress. I beat one of the bosses, I got a few more upgrades, and I had a lot of fun doing it, which is, I think, the most important part. I did get lost a few times, but you know what? It's Metroid, so I can live with that. Alright. Crap. Okay, I walked right back into my ship. It's an auspicious start. No, please. Game was not saved, but I got extra full energy. Sure. Alright, so I just came from the room behind me, right? I think so. I had the space jump. There's another room to the left that I've never been to. Looks like it's underneath some geometry. Let's go take a look at that. Oh yeah, now I got the space jump. Canonically, I have a double jump. Alright. It is remarkable how much I vaguely remember, while simultaneously how little I actually remember about this game. I thought that's what those were. Flying pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile. Hey, it's Mothy. How are you doing today, Mothy? Extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. Dark. Alright. You want to do this? You want to go? Okay, coward. Yeah, that missile's gonna catch up with you eventually, douchebag. Good buddy, working as per usual. Just put wifey to sleep. What about you? I'm finally home and just looking forward to a couple hours of relaxing with Metroid Prime and hopefully talking to some cool people. Yeah, same as usual. I think this is Phazon. Oh, damn it. The material seeping out of the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the Phazon compound the space pirates were using in their biological experiments. I like your hoodie. Thanks. It's just a blue hoodie. Nothing special. But thanks. Appreciate it. I like your hoodie too. I have no idea if you're wearing a hoodie. We're wearing the same color. Very cool. Very cool. Blue is my favorite color. Alright, I don't have the gravity suit, so I imagine I probably can't do jack down here. Yeah, I don't have the gravity suit. But it's good to know. Good to know this area is here. So how's work going today, Mothy? You still have time to game on the side while working? How's that ocean game going? I forget what it's called. But yeah, how's the ocean game treating you? Were you able to tough out the phobia? Believe it or not, I get so hot even in the winter that I have a running fan on and a t-shirt. I don't know what kind of thermal power I have. Perhaps the hair. It's pretty much the same for me usually. I really only... I like wearing long sleeve because I just think it looks better. But I overheat pretty bad. And yeah, even during the dead of winter, even during the coldest times of year, I will have a fan on at night. And yeah, like a lot of times, you know, t-shirts and shorts around the apartment, even when you can see your breath. So you and I have that in common. We both run hot. It is extremely slow. Total Chaos was meh, to be honest, not too scary. Didn't interest me all that much. That's sad to hear. Didn't you just buy it, though? Like yesterday? Or did you already own it? I got it. Oh, you got it from Game Pass. Okay, okay. That's good. Okay. In that case, that's fantastic. Because I was thinking for a second, like, if you bought that, Jesus. Like, maybe do more research before you buy a game. But, I would have refunded anyway. Not really a big fan of, refunding unless it's actually, like, a faulty product. So, like, just because I don't like something, that's not a good enough reason, in my opinion, to refund something. Like, that, you know, that's on me for learning to do my research better on a video game, in my opinion. But, like, if it's something is full-on faulty, like, hell yeah, I'll refund in a heartbeat without even giving it a second thought. But, like, if I just didn't do the proper research, like, I can't feel justified in asking for a refund because I don't like a game. Like, I'll try to learn from it and be smarter in the future. But that's just my opinion on that one. Alright, nice. I feel like I need to go back to Phendrana, but I could be wrong. I think this leads back to Phendrana? Ow. Ooh, that's a lot of bugs. No, I just saw it on Game Pass on the upcoming section and looked interesting to me, so I got it. Yeah, very nice. I don't really do Game Pass personally. So, like, I have to research my games a lot more. Like, you know, because then I buy a game, and at that point I have to live with the full price. So, yeah, like, I try to be very careful about which games I get. Nice. Knew there was something down here last time. The only reason I didn't check was because my health was low. And I was afraid that somehow this glowing ground would damage me. Might replay Fallen Order and start Survivor. I have them on Game Pass too. Nice. You should do that. I think you should absolutely do that. What difficulty are you going to play on Survivor? Out of curiosity. Is this Phendrana? Magmoor Caverns. Magmoor lead to Phendrana? I think so. Oof. But yeah, I have to be very careful about the games I buy because, yeah, I don't have Game Pass, so I can't just try it out and then just remove it. So, yeah, like, I have to buy a game in order to be able to try it. Or if I'm lucky, the game has a, like, a free trial. So, like, you know, you get to try a couple of levels, or you get to try, like, the first hour. And then, you know, hopefully you get a good feel for whether or not it's the kind of game you even want to play. Oh, yeah, I didn't go in here last time because I was afraid I was going to die. And also, I do need the spider ball, so I can't get through here. I mean, I'm sure I could if I were a speedrunner, but I'm not a speedrunner. Speedrunners are fucking crazy, and I love them. I love them to pieces, but they're crazy. Jedi Master on Fallen Order, I think maximum difficulty this time wasn't all that hard on Jedi Master, to be honest. I think I was very content with the middle difficulty. I definitely did not do Jedi Master. I don't think I was ever inclined to. Like, it didn't appeal to me. But I hope you have fun on Jedi Master. So you're like the Papman. The Papman likes his hardest difficulties. Whereas on games like that, I've noticed that, and I've said this before on streams in the past, on games like Jedi Survivor, well, Fallen Order, and probably Jedi Survivor, the thing I've noticed is that hard difficulties don't tend to actually make the game harder. They just make it more of a slog. So they give everything more health, and they just make everything do more damage. And I'm one of those people that doesn't find that to be particularly fun or challenging. It's just tedious. So, like, if the hard mode actually added something to the game, like, then I would absolutely want to do the hardest difficulty. Like, Breath of the Wild has Master Mode, which added health regeneration and just different tiers of enemies, but it didn't actually make the enemies just, you know, bullet sponges. I had a lot of fun with that. I was talking with my buddy about it. Nice. But yeah, just turning on the hardest difficulty, and then it's just everything is, you know, takes 100 punches instead of like 50. Like, to me, that's not fun. To me, I don't want to engage in that. Like, there has to be an added incentive for me to, like, an added challenge or an added, I don't know, an added something. Shit. The same bug that killed me last time. Great. Well, almost killed me. Alright, screw that bug. I'm not going to try to get revenge. I love The Last of Us's difficulty choices. I remember having permadeath and limited resources. It was absolute hell getting through the church. I think I remember the church. How early in the game was that? Was the church? I can remember a few areas that might have been churches. Ooh. But I don't. It's been a while. It's been a few years since I played Last of Us. About 5 years, I think. Yeah. Alright. Let them de-aggro on me for a second while I get ready. Those things suck. Like, I wish Samus had like a shield you could put up. There we go. Pretty early, within 2 hours of gameplay, it's when a certain character... Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay. Yeah. For something like that, it's years old. We can just say spoilers. Yeah, when Joel's friend in the beginning of the game, you know, sacrifices herself in fiery explosive death. We'll just say it. Like, I'm not worried about spoilers for something that's, you know, many years old. If people haven't played it by now, they didn't want to play it. So, yeah, like, you know, too bad. That's why I just went for the spoiler. Yeah, I'll just say it. You know, it's my stream. I'll say the spoiler. If you wanted to play the game, you should have played the game by now. To all those people out there, to all 2 viewers I get on YouTube, like, yeah, if you wanted to play the game, you should have played it. By now. Ah, there it is. Fendrana Drifts. I like your style, Mr. Turtle. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I have like 3 viewers on average streams, and like my YouTube videos get very few clicks. So you know what? I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm gonna say what I want to say. If people don't like it, they can not comment like they already don't comment. All right, to the left, or they can comment and be angry, and then that's a comment, and I'll take it. It's like, hey, I got a comment. There you go. That's where I need to go. Like, that's one of the benefits of being a small streamer and knowing that I'm always going to be a small streamer, is I don't really give a shit about things like that. Like, where some people are like, oh, I don't want to hurt my numbers. It's like, pff, I don't got any numbers. Whatever. That's the last thing I got to worry about. It's actually kind of freeing not having to worry about numbers. You know what I was thinking in the shower today? I was wondering to ask you if you want to do an art stream. I've tried art streams before, and like, nah, I'm not really gonna do those. Like, I do art streams. The way I do my art, it takes kind of as long as it takes, and I don't really want to focus on chat while I'm drawing. Like, you know, it distracts too much from the actual like drawing. I've tried it before, and it just didn't work out. Like, I just didn't like the way it felt. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It really just kind of made drawing feel like more of a chore, and I wasn't focusing the way I would normally focus. as a result of, you know, monitoring the stream, monitoring chat, monitoring the recording. It's like, when I draw, I just want to draw, you know? It's a nice idea, though. I like where your thinking is. Any games on Game Pass I should be playing? I have no idea what games are even on Game Pass. The Patman would be a better person to ask about that. I don't have Game Pass, so I have no idea. I don't have Game Pass, therefore I have no idea what's on Game Pass. I'm sure there's something on there that's probably worth playing. There was one game I was looking at to buy for my buddy. Doom, the new Doom, the medieval one, Doom Dark Ages. I think that's on Game Pass. Try that. Try that one if you aren't offended by the concept of fighting your way through hell, which some people might be. All right, there's a door straight ahead of me. So let's see if my space jump allows me to access that area now. Oh, my bad. I forgot. I thought it was you, not Patman. No. I don't have Game Pass. I'm like an anti-Game Pass person. Something about it I don't like not owning my games. Even though technically with a digital game you don't own it anyway. It's just a license. But like, you know, where I can go physical, I try to go physical. Oh, I made the jump. Okay, good. I didn't think I could make that jump. Yeah. I'm the Wiener Man. 1-800 Wiener Man. Oh yeah, I very strongly remember your Wiener affinity. It's pixels. I don't really care much. I've played NSFW games before. Oh, okay. You'd be surprised how many people might be offended by certain games. So like, I didn't know if you might be offended by the whole like heaven hell stuff of the Doom games. Like some people might be. Like, I can think of one person I've met in my life that probably would be offended by the very nature of the game. Definitely not a friend of mine, just somebody I worked with once. But, like, yeah, they would have been like, oh, you're like, you know, that's evil. What, a video game? Okay. Sure. Shit. I got hit by everything. I need the wave beam so I can blow those things up. Alright, I took a crazy amount of damage there, and that's not good. Ah! I'm glad that there's nowhere to really move in here. Alright, come on. Alright, yeah, stay back because they can get a little damage on you at the last second if you get too close. Postal is among my funniest games too. Never even heard of Postal. What is Postal? I have a theory on what it could be, just from the sound of it. It might be a very dark, like, post office simulator where something very bad happens. That's what it sounds like, almost. Ice parasite. Scavenger with a crystalline outer shell. Parasites are hardly creatures, able to adapt to any environment within 3 generations. The ice parasite is a prime example. Having adjusted to a frigid climate, this vermin now thrives in it. Omnivorous, it can exist in areas hostile to most life forms. I wonder if it can exist in gunfire. It cannot. I remember certain political people offended at GTA 5 for the nature of cop killing, and then someone exposing them for having 100-something hours on it. Such a fun day on Twitter. I vaguely remember that. I remember a bunch of the like political people around the time GTA 5 came out bitching about GTA 5. And my argument to anybody that ever says like video games encourage violence is the same as it has always been pretty much my entire life, ever since I've been able to think for myself. Video games only encourage violence in people that cannot separate fantasy from reality. And those are the people that are scary even without video games. So like, for anybody who understands the difference between fantasy and reality, there's absolutely no danger of a video game inciting a person to violence. That violence was always in that person. if they are incited to violence by a video game. That is my fervent belief. Postal is a long-running series of shooter video games known for extreme violence, dark humor, and deliberate offensiveness. All right. Created by the developer Running with Scissors. The name comes from the phrase going postal, and the games lean into shock value and satire of American culture. Yeah, okay, so it kind of sounds like exactly what I thought it sounded like. Okay. That GTA 5 thing was recent. That's the funniest part. I feel like, the one you're thinking of might be recent. But I'm 90% sure, not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure I remember when GTA 5 came out years and years ago, like whenever that was, 2017? 2018? There were political people that were citing it as, like, offensive and not just offensive. Like, okay, their argument could be made it's offensive, sure. But, like, that it was inciting people to encourage violence. And I'm like, no, it really isn't. Like, it's a violent video game, but it's not encouraging violence of any kind. It's just a violent video game. It's in the same way that, like, Die Hard is a violent movie, but it's not encouraging people to go out and, shoot a bunch of terrorists. But, like, if there's a newer one, that's funny. And you say Twitter, you mean X then. Ugh. I'll tell you right now, I used Twitter back in the day. I will never touch X ever again. In fact, I need to sign in just to delete my old account. Fuck X. Fuck that thing. Oh, what a disgusting trash of a social media platform it has become. Except if you play God of War. I love God of War. I'll always love God of War. I saw the original voice of Kratos saying he was in a part of his life that was dark. Ooh, predator activity. Where's that happening? In the Fendrana region. Hey, look, I was already heading the right direction. I got ahead of the game hint. Oh, I'm so smart. This one time. The original voice actor of Kratos. He was. I love him, by the way. His name is oh shit. It'll come to me. He played Teal'c on Stargate SG-1. Christopher Judge. His name is Christopher Judge, and he played Teal'c on the TV show Stargate SG-1 for 10 years. And I absolutely love him as an actor. Like, he doesn't get much work anymore, but, like, he got a lot of work back in the day. And he was awesome. And he had many anger issues, and he was able to voice it through Kratos, hence why the screams and everything, voice acting related to Kratos was phenomenal. Well, and also, if you watch Stargate SG-1, in the first, 2 seasons, like, you could tell he's not exactly, like, the best actor, but damn, like, he gets some of the most emotional stories and becomes maybe the best actor on the series as the series goes on, Christopher Judge. No, I'm talking about Christopher Judge. Yeah, Mothy, you must be on a delay to me. Because, yeah, I've been talking about Christopher Judge for, like 2 minutes now. I have no idea who voiced the old one. I never played any of those. I never owned a PlayStation during those days. So, like, yeah, I never played those. Stress Fractures. Yeah. Oh, he's the one I am talking about. Well, I like Christopher Judge. I don't give a shit about the old one. I don't know who he is. The old ones are so good. I don't care. I like the new one. I have no interest in the old ones. I'll say it. They don't interest me at all. Christopher Judge is an amazing actor, in my opinion. Oh, I think... So, in the first couple of seasons of Stargate SG-1, his acting was not great. But I think it's because he hadn't had a lot of acting experience. But as the series goes on, he legitimately becomes the heart of the series. Like, he is the most compelling character. He has some of the best performances throughout the series. And also, his individual character episodes are easily the best story episodes of the series. Like, he is the most improved character of that franchise. By far. And I love that. He was the big reason I dove into the remake of God of War. It's not even a remake. The reboot. It wasn't a remake of anything. Yeah, he's a big reason I dove into it because I was such a fan of his from Stargate. Water basin. The ice's water originated from the statue's mouth. Statue's hands seem to be frozen in place. Okay, so do I need the plasma beam, or do I need to just turn something on to thaw this? We'll find out. I feel like that's a plasma beam thing. So you gotta thaw the ice. With the way God of War 3 starts, I think your opinion will change completely. You start on the back of Gaia, dude. It was insane among my childhood games. But I don't think it would ever have the same a thing for me. I know I've talked about this before. So the nostalgia factor a lot of times plays a role in games like this. So there's games I absolutely adore that I think most people probably nowadays, if they tried them, wouldn't like. But if they grew up with them the way that I grew up with them, they might feel about them differently. And if I had never played them when I was a kid, but played them now, I think I might not even give them a chance now. Like, there's a game I've talked about in the past many times on the Super Nintendo I really love called Illusion of Gaia. It's a game that not a lot of people have ever heard of, and even fewer people have played. And it's one of my absolute favorite games, and I have such a nostalgic love and memory of it from childhood. But I feel like most people I meet, like who are gamers, probably wouldn't even give it a chance. And I think it's because, like, it's just they didn't grow up with it. I think that's a huge part of it. No nostalgia here. Well, you just said God of War. Okay, there's no sarcastic emoji. So, like, you just said God of War was, like, one of your childhood games. So, like, that's nostalgia. That's the definition of nostalgia right there. Okay. I think that's the grapple beam. I remember there's the Mama Shegoth here, but I don't remember how to fight it. Hopefully it's the same. I just shoot it in the back over a matter of $80. We'll find out. But yeah, there is a baby Shegoth in here. Oh, the wave beam. Even better, because I think I can destroy those goddamn energy pulse fuckers. That's, I think that's what they're called, actually. Energy pulse fuckers. Alright, here we go. Alright, I might be ignoring chat here for a few seconds, because my health is very low. And once the boss fight starts, I'm gonna, like, probably devote my attention to that for until I die or win. So, because I don't remember actually specifically how to fight this boss. I recently replayed with my cousins who never did, and we all fought Hades trying to beat him. They bought the game after that, so yeah, just saying. If they ever do, like, a remaster of it, I'd, or if they ever release, like, a full collection of all the old God of War games, then maybe. But I don't really want to just buy that one game. So, like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with the 2018 one I played. It is remastered. Is it? Is it on PS4? Is it on PS4? That's my question then. Because if it's a PS5 game, then that's a no-go for me. If it's a PS4 game, then I'll have to... Oh, it's on PS4. Then I will have to pull my PlayStation 4 out of my closet, boot it up, and I'll have to check to see if it's on sale. If it's on sale for a good price, I'd say less than $10. I will very strongly think about it. All right. Going into a boss fight. And I don't remember how to I know it's the Mama Shegoth. I remember that. Wait, they can shoot energy beams? Could they always do that? Well, I mean, obviously they could. Shit. Come on. All right. Come on. Shit. I've not had a single problem taking out any one of these. And now suddenly I can't get a hit on one. shit. I'm dead. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have to re-backtrack all the way here. Did I save when I got to Phendrana? I don't think I did. So that sucks. $20 right now for some reason. It is not letting me access the USA store. Bummer. Also wanted to ask, what is the item's 69% overlay at the top? That's just a joke I added in. The number 69 is funny. So, like, I decided to add 69% to my overlay. Like, so my item completion is 69%, which I just think is funny. So, it's the sex number. And it amuses me. Jesus. Nope. I hit the wrong button. Why wasn't... Alright. Why wasn't my strafing working? Do you have to be locked on when you're strafing? That sucks. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I saved when I got to Phendrana, because I'm an idiot. I should have. Yeah, I'm right back at the very beginning. Cool, I have to backtrack the whole map. Hey, it's the Pat Man. How you doing, Pat? How's your day going? It's funny how one bad guy alone is no problem, but you add two at the same time, and I couldn't. They never revealed their damn back weakness, and unfortunately, I was already sitting at extremely low health, so like it was my own mistake. I should have saved when I got to Phendrana, and I just completely forgot. That would have refilled my health. So 100% my bad. But admittedly, I also didn't exactly put up the fight of my life on that. Yeah, you have to be locked on to strafe. Alright, thanks, bud. Yeah, I kept hitting the strafe button and nothing was happening. And I'm like, what the fuck is... What am I doing wrong? But I wasn't locked on. Alright. Yeah, that's why it wasn't working. Good to know. I appreciate that, bud. Where the fuck were you a minute ago? Also, hey, how are you doing today, bud? Alright. Wait. Yeah, I think that's the way. Alright, just like the Mandalorian, this is the way. So yeah, I'll have to see, Mothy, how much the, God of War 3 is on the US PlayStation Store. Because, yeah, if it's too much, I won't be getting it. It's, yeah, I won't be getting it if it's more than I want to spend. Oof. So, yeah, I was right yesterday, Pat, when I said that there was something under that bridge, but I was too afraid to die because I thought this glowing ground would hurt me. It doesn't hurt me, but there was something under here. So I was 100% right. I remembered that. Alright. I'll be faster this time. My day's been good. Recorded and edited my audio for the next latent regard. Edited your audio. Blocked the audio. And then I was burned out on video editing, so now I'm sitting in the bath watching. Yeah, it's easy to get burned out when you do the same thing for too long of a period of time. I hear you entirely. Like, I've kind of taken a little bit of a break from Photoshop for the last few days. Because I was just doing so much of it, making all of my stream overlays. And, like, making all the thumbnails and working on my drawings. That I found myself extremely... I oversaturated myself with Photoshop and I needed to take a break. Whoops. Alright. Remember to save when I get to freaking Phendrana this time. Damn it. There we go. Alright. I don't want to walk all the way around. Let's just go this way. It'll be faster. I'll take a tiny bit of damage, but whatever. It's so much faster. Just jump over it. Flamethrowers? Are there flamethrowers? There are flamethrowers. For anyone looking for a great dynamic listening experience for like 20 Look into IEM. Sounds better than 99% of anything you ever tried. What the hell's an IEM? I don't know what an IEM is. One day Sony will port the original God of War games to PC, and they will take priority over most of my late and regard list. Few series have been quite so consequential to the history of gaming. I was talking to Mati about this before you hopped in, Pat. The God of War series never interested me at all until the remake in 2018. Like, it never caught my attention. I was aware of its existence, but nothing about it ever like screamed out at me like, you need to play this game. Like, I don't know, something about it just never, I never cared. But I have to admit, 2018's was a phenomenally fun experience, and I absolutely adored it. But that's the new one. I don't really have the inclination to go back and play the old ones. I really don't. Like, I didn't grow up with the franchise the same way Mothi did, so, like, I'm not drawn to it the same way. Like, if I don't know. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm really on the fence on, like, I would even get it on PlayStation, even if it was a good price. Like, I think I'd rather wait for them to, like, end the whole exclusivity bullshit and just put it on Xbox or Nintendo Switch or something. God, if they put the old God of War games on the Switch too, I might get those. Like, I might get those, because I love the Switch too. I'm in love with the Switch too. I think it's a phenomenal console. Oh, I can get up there now. But, like, I don't really use my PlayStation very often. Like it's been in my closet for, like, a year and a half. Like, there's, like, 4 games I own on it that I play, and I don't play them that often. Oh, they never interested me either. Ooh, I got red scans here. Nice. But the effect they had on the genre cannot be denied, and the whole point of Latent Regard is to explore the games of Zeitgeist past. That is true. Standard spinner device. Alright, good to know. Collapsible suspension bridge is functional, but lacks power. Alright. Well, I'll do that when I come back. Because my goal right now is to get the damn wave beam. But the space jump really does open up like 3/4 of the game, which is really freaking cool. I love it. I feel like the God of War trilogy would do gangbusters on Switch. Dude, I'd buy it. Like, I'm not even a God of War fan, and I'd be like, I would get that. Like, yeah. Like, 100%. Not only would that give me, like, a strong incentive because it would be on a more convenient console for me, but it would be on a portable console. So, like, while I'm on break at work or while I'm on lunch at work, I can play it. While I'm waiting in my car for, like, you know, a variety of 100 different reasons. Like, I can just pull it out and play God of War. Like, hell yeah. Like, the mobile nature of the Switch and the Switch 2, that's the selling point. That's what I love about it. Like, the fact that you can dock it to a TV just makes it 10 times more awesome. But, like, yeah, like being able to take it on the go is awesome. It's the best. It's the point. Oh, I love the Switch and the Switch 2. I'm actually really happy they went with just a more powerful Switch for their sequel to the Switch, as opposed to trying to innovate again. Like, no, innovate on the next one. Give us just a more powerful Switch, please. And they did. And I'm very happy about that. Like, the Switch was great. It had one issue. It wasn't exactly a powerhouse capable of running a lot of third-party games. So, give us a more powerful console that can run those third-party games, and we will give you our money. Oh, I made it. Okay. This time I made my save. I'm not a complete fucking moron. So I'm going into this fight. Shit. Alright, let's see if I can speed boost past this fucker. No, wait, I forgot. I have to shoot this. Alright. Backtrack. I've already lost an energy bar of health. So destroy the, I need to destroy the ice from the doorway. And then try to speedball past that thing, which I should be able to. But, like, I want to go into that fight with full health. God. Now I want them to put God of... I want them to get rid of all of the exclusivity bullshit. I want them to put all of my favorite PlayStation games onto the fucking Switch too. Just do it, Nintendo. Do it, Sony. You know, you would... Sony, look at me right now. Sony, you will make so much money if you do that. You will be offering up your exclusive games for consoles that you've already sold, so you don't need to worry about selling those consoles anymore because the people that were already going to go crazy and buy them have already bought them. You're going to be offering up... Oh, it's already broken. Nice. You are going to be opening up those games to a brand new audience. Like, you are going to be making so much goddamn money. Yeah, come and get me, bitch. Oh, look how much easier it is when there's just one. Oh my god, it's so easy. Yeah, Pat, it's always the thing in video games. Like, I remember Resident Evil did this a lot, or like Resident Evil 4 in particular. Like, here's an enemy that's tough. All right, you fought your way through it. Here's 2 of that enemy. Mother of God, I've died 9 times. Like, I love that. It's beautiful. Just add a second of a creature, and it just amplifies the difficulty. Not 2 times, but like 5 times. It's like an exponential additive of difficulty, which is funny math, and I love that. Minish Cap. I know you've never played Minish Cap, Pat, but in Minish Cap, there's the Knuckles. They're not Knuckles specifically. They're the knights. The knights you fight in Wind Waker. Oh, I forget. Dark Nuts? I think they're Dark Nuts. So you run into a bunch of Dark Nuts throughout Minish Cap, and they're probably the tougher, non-boss enemies in the game. Very manageable. Like, I never had a problem taking out any of them. But, they're tougher than your average enemy. And in the final rush of the game, when you're getting up to the boss, you get to a room where you fight like 3 or 4 of them. And they suddenly become like the hardest part of the game. Like, that room is like a genuine challenge. And it's so much fun. I love it. Last time I played Minish Cap, very recently, like a month ago, I had such a blast fighting my way through that room. Oh, it was so much fun. Knowing Sony, they'll probably give me Ghost of Yotai 4 years later, like they did on Ghost of Tsushima. Makes me sad. Yeah, I get that. That should make you sad. I think the console wars might be slowly dying. Yeah, but not slow enough. Sony is starting to release their death grip on their first-party games, and Microsoft seems to have given up on the idea of exclusivity altogether. Microsoft seems to have kind of given up on life. Like, they're just like... I think that at this point, they're just trying to find a way to make the money, and they don't care about exclusives anymore. Like, not to say that they, they still aren't in the game, but, like, it almost feels like they've given up on trying to be the very best like no one ever was. And whereas Sony is holding on to it like, like it's the last piece of toilet paper in the apocalypse. Let's be fair though, Nintendo will never release their hold on their first-party franchises. I don't think that's 100% true. I think for the foreseeable future it will never happen, but I think if Nintendo ever starts becoming less profitable, like if their IP starts suffering and if they start losing their profits, then I think they would consider it. But that would require a lot of bad things to happen to Nintendo over the course of years. But like as they are right now, it'll never happen. But like if suddenly Nintendo just started tanking, I think they would be a lot freer with their IPs. Because they are a business. Even if they are you know, one of the slightly more, like, you know, conscientious businesses in terms of their quality output. Specifically in terms of their quality output. Like, they really try to make sure that their games are complete. Like, they really do. And most games don't do that anymore. Gotta dip work calls. Aw, man. Well, Mothy, I hope you have a good one, man. It was nice talking to you. Like, I love talking to you, buddy. What if we need your wiener knowledge, Mothy? Me and the Papman, we have our fair share of wiener knowledge. But, like, apparently your wiener knowledge is far beyond ours. We need the wiener guru. Y'all need to call me then. Alright, alright. We'll do the wiener call. We'll do the wiener dance. Do the wiener dance. Do the wiener dance. You see what I'm doing with my hands right here? It's called air dicking. This is the wiener dance. It's the wiener dance. Yeah, look it up. Air dicking. It's a real thing. It's nothing gross or inappropriate, so you don't have to worry about looking it up. Anybody on like YouTube, all fucking one viewer that might stumble across this YouTube video. No, it's nothing inappropriate or gross. It's literally when people are giving speeches and they don't realize that their hands are moving and they're making like the jerk off gesture. Like, it's basically that. It's nothing gross. I can assure you. But yeah, there's a lot of air dickers in the world who don't realize that they do it. All right, let's see how much easier this is now that I remember you have to be locked onto strafe. Oh, look at that. It's 100 times easier. Mother fucking fuck. Oh, look, one of them is already dead. Son of a fuck. So much easier when I hit the right buttons. God damn it. Oh, look, two of them are already dead. Now there's a YouTube short for you. What, the air dicking explanation? You think that'd make a good YouTube short? Look, 3 of them are already dead. Or was that 4? Either way, when you hit the right buttons, look at how much easier every fucking thing is. So stupid. Alright, where's Mama She-Goth? There you are, B. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, we're going. Oh, it wants to go. Morphology. She-Goth. Supreme predator of the Phendrana Drifts. I remember She-Goth, but I don't remember how to fight She-Goth. Hopefully they tell me. She-Goths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. Prey? This isn't a predator. She-Goths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a She-Goth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They are also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. Okay, so shoot it in the mouth till it gets stunned and then bomb its belly? That's what I'm taking away from that description? Or do I have to wait until after it expels its... Oh, I'm powering it. That's good to know. Ah, good. I hit it. Oh, come on. I'm hitting it right in the mouth. There we go. Gotta hit it like from the side mouth. Oh, there goes. Oh, ah! All my missiles. Alright, be prepared because it's gonna shoot me. Oh, come on. I was midair, you bee. Alright. Without missiles, how do I damage it now? Alright, it said it was vulnerable in its soft underbelly. Hey, that works. Okay. It just damages myself in the process, but it works. But it barely damages. Oh, shit. But it barely damages myself, so I can live with that. Oh yeah, just let it run into the bombs. That works. Hey, she's dead. That was easy. That actually was easy. Like, I wasn't even close to dying. But like, yeah, it was very easy. Ooh. Missile ammunition, 10 rounds of ammo. Yes, please. So besides the video editing, Pat, you do anything cool today? Hey, it's Sayla. How are you doing today, Sayla? Always good to see you. How's your day going today? It's been a few streams. Like, yeah, how's your week been? Oh, I got the wave beam. Alright, hopefully they'll remind me how to switch beams, because this was the game where it didn't combine all the beams. It actually gave them separate. X, you have to hold X and then use the D-pad, it looks like. Alright. Or hold X and use the buttons. We'll find out. That's X for an Xbox controller, not a PlayStation. Okay, it is D-pad. Okay, good to know. That's actually pretty simple. Just watching the first episode of Doctor Who since the anniversary. Oh, nice. Like the very first episode? That's awesome. I have seen only a little bit of Doctor Who, but I like what I've seen. I should watch more Doctor Who. Like, I was a big fan of the David Tennant season, because I really like David Tennant as an actor. I've seen, like, random scatterings here and there of some of the Doctor's since. Nothing too comprehensive, but, like, yeah, yeah. I very much like Doctor Who. At least what I've seen of it. Today is when it appeared back in 1963. That's very cool. Yeah, sometimes it's easy to forget just how long Doctor Who has been around. Like, that's awesome. The Pap Man. Just been working on video editing. Was going to play some Titanfall, but decided on Bath instead. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Why not do both? Why not play Titanfall while taking a bath? Just tilt the webcam up. And that way, you know, the recording won't get anything inappropriate. Problem solved. Oh, I can destroy these jerk-offs now. Yes! Oh, the catharsis. Oh, those things were murdering me before. Oh, it feels so good. Now I murder them. Ooh, so, okay, Sayla, good question then. Who's your favorite Doctor? I know of most of the Doctors, though I probably don't know all of them. But I know of most of them. And yeah, who's your favorite? There's a streaming rights issue with this story. Luckily, I bought it on DVD years back. Is there a streaming rights thing going on with Doctor Who? That's a big problem. Doctor Who is expansive. That's a lot of content if there's a streaming rights issue. I'm not looking to publish in Pornhub. You know what? It'd be a great way to get some views. Just use your thumbnail as like some picture of, you know, of a very provocative woman. And you'll probably get 1 million views. And then you'll probably also have 1 million comments of angry people saying, that thumbnail, I didn't click on a freaking, you know, Titanfall playthrough. What the hell is this crap? But you'll get the views. Hell, maybe even Pornhub will start paying you. Why not? All they care about is the view numbers, right? They don't care about whether or not it's a video game. Ooh, okay. I remember you do something on this later, but I feel like you need the plasma beam. Or you need to thaw the waters. From classic Tom Baker, followed by Paul McGann. From new Peter Capaldi, followed by Christopher Eccleston. I liked Christopher Eccleston. Unfortunately, I'm not overly familiar with the others. I know their names, and I'd probably recognize their faces, but I can't put a name to the face off the top of my head for the first three you mentioned. But yeah, Christopher Eccleston was great. I saw some of his. What did you think about the female doctor? I can't remember her name. I know she was very divisive because a lot of people were, for some reason, offended that a woman got cast as the doctor. But from the couple episodes I saw of hers, she seemed like she was doing a good job. No, it's just this story. The son of the original writer owns the rights, and he got mad at BBC and pulled the rights. Oh, that's like Superman. Superman had that controversy for a long time, where the family, like, there were multiple families that owned the rights, and they cooperated for a long time, and then one day one of the families wanted more. And so suddenly it became this huge streaming rights issue and, like, IP rights issue where, like, companies didn't know who had the right to utilize a character or make content with that character. Very similar issue, it sounds like. Paul McCann only had the TV movie, but when he went to Big Finish Audio, he made the role his own, for lack of a better term. No, that makes sense. Yeah, like when somebody doesn't have too much time, but they still make the role their own. Yeah, that makes sense. I like Jodie Whittaker. My only gripe was they didn't play to her acting strengths, but it's minor. All I know is what I saw of her as the Doctor was very entertaining. Even though it wasn't that much what I did see, like, yeah, she was doing good. I didn't understand all the hate. And I know that there was a lot of hate out there for her, and I don't feel like that was fair. Okay, that statue did not explode. I remember there was a purple door before. Where was that? And it was in Fendrana. I think that's it right there. So if I go straight on the elevated straight, that should... Okay, so the door right there. That should take me to the wave beam door. And I'll bet you anything, because I just got the wave beam, that I have to go through that door. We'll find out. We'll see if the game has any logic to it. Pre-Who Jodie's main role were dark and serious things. Who was more lighthearted than what she normally did. I don't believe I've ever... I knew her face, but I don't think I've ever actually seen anything she's ever acted in before. Besides the couple episodes of Doctor Who I saw her in. But I've seen her face before. Somewhere. I'm not sure where. I never got around to looking it up. But dark and serious things. What's that about? I'm always in the market for interesting new content. Yeah, give me like a 5-second premise. Like, what's the plot? Oh. Oh, come on. Holy crap, I'm dead. They never froze me before. Alright. They're so much more dangerous when there's two. Got him. Hey, 69 health. Nice. Mourning her child and trying to find out who killed him was from one of the roles. Have you seen a movie called Attack the Block? That is where I know her from. Attack the Block. She was in Attack the Block. She was the one that lived in the apartment that they almost like kidnapped her practically, but then they all end up kind of working together. Yeah, that was her, right? I liked Attack the Block. I actually thought it was really good. I don't think it did very well, but I liked it. Yeah. I do remember her. Okay, so that's where I know her from. Yes, that has to be where I know her from, because I'm good with faces. Ah, okay. Thank you. That's been bugging me for like, I don't know, a year at least. And I just never got around to IMDb'ing her. Yeah. Attack the Block is nice, relaxing background noise. I'll put it on every now and again just to have something to listen to. Alright, I need to get up top. I thought I did it from inside that building. Yeah. Oh, I haven't thought about that movie, though, in a minute. Oh, I'd like to watch that again. I'll have to see if it's still on a streaming service. Maybe I'll put that on to fall asleep to tonight. I think that was the first thing I ever saw John Boyega in, also. This was before he became the Star Wars and Pacific Rim guy, like when he was still relatively unknown in the US. At least I feel like that was the first thing I ever saw him in. Oh, look at that. There's just a platform right here. A new Chozo lore entry has been downloaded to your book. As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawing of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher. A mystical lock, powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? Spoiler alert for the Chozo. It didn't work out. It did not go their way. Although I think those locks are still active. So, like, I guess they did something good. They stopped it from spreading. Even though they all died. So I guess it didn't really work out for them, but it worked out for everyone else. Ooh. I bet that's a scan. This hanging rock structure appears to have a weak spot near its base. Alright, so yeah. I'll bet a missile. Yes, not a super missile, but a missile. Good. So, Sayla, what did you think of Attack the Block, out of curiosity? I've never actually, none of my friends have seen it. I don't think a single friend of mine has ever seen it. I've asked them about it a couple of times over the years. And, like, yeah, nobody. Not a single one. So you're the first one that is even aware of its existence. And yeah, what did you think? Just out of curiosity. Oh, double jump makes everything better. I went to check out some of her other roles after people were claiming she can't act and find out how accurate it was. The plot you were describing before, that actually sounds like a very interesting plot. I would like to check that out. I think I'll look that up and see if it's on any streaming services I have access to. The one where she's mourning her child, that actually sounded very interesting to me. Oh, Broadchurch. Yeah, I know about Broadchurch. I've never seen it, but it's on my list of shows to watch. It's on a streaming service right now, though I don't remember which one. And I have added it to my list. I just never got around to it. But yeah, that is a show that I've been aware of. Okay. I like it. It's not my favorite movie, but was pretty good. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely not my favorite movie either. It wouldn't even make my top like 500. But like, yeah, I thought it was an entertaining movie. Like, I was thoroughly enjoying it from beginning to end. But like, absolutely, definitely not a favorite. Not even close. But like, yeah, like I've watched some movies before that were just absolutely awful. That were just the most brainless, terrible things I've ever seen. And Attack the Block was not that. Like, it at least had characters that I could root for. You know, it had a few cool visuals. Like, I actually thought the visuals on the aliens were interesting. Maybe not innovative, but interesting. You know, they tried to do something different. And I'll always give points to that. Alright, do I need the spider ball to actually access this area? If I do, that will be a bummer. What is that? That looks like a scan right there. Let's see what that thing is. Ironically, Broadchurch has several Who actors in it. That's very cool. I like when they do stuff like that. And that's probably not an accident. Like, I'll bet you it's not an accident. Okay, we got a spinner device. Let's see what you do. Please? Okay, cool. Yeah, 3 doctors and 1 companion that I know of. That's very cool. Man, you're making me want to really dive into Doctor Who right now. I gotta say. I've always meant to do a deep dive. Like this one day, just start binging it. Just go crazy on it. You know, spend like a month just watching Doctor Who. And, like, I just never pulled the trigger yet. But, like, you're kind of making me kind of want to. I'll think about it. I'm thinking about it. And of course, if I start something, I want to start it from the beginning. So, yeah. Oh, the streaming rights issue might make that tricky. So I guess I'll start wherever I'm capable of starting. Alright, so I powered up. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, wrong button. Nice. I hope the Chozo realize I don't have the gravity suit. Don't flood this room too much. Okay, good. Oh, timer. Of course there's a timer. Why wouldn't there be a timer? Alright, where are you, bats? Yo, you. Alright, screw the bats. Oh, terrible. Terriboo. I missed the jump. Letting you know if you start from the beginning, there's some episodes that are lost, not due to rights, but other stuff. Okay, that happens. That happens. Any kind of dramatic stuff? Like, I can think of a few shows that have lost some of their episodes for very specific reasons. Like dramatic reasons. Like Community. One of their episodes, if you don't own the DVDs or Blu-rays, is just forever deleted from streaming. Because of something that some people thought was very offensive. And then there was like, oh, what was there was another example I was thinking of. There's like a few Pokemon episodes that are like forever deleted from the internet unless you go to like the shadier places and download them. That were deleted for various reasons. Alright, does it want me to go in there? Let's find out. Wrong button again. Hey! I'll happily take another energy tank. This is your only chance to scam the ice bats. You're not wrong. I think, haven't I already scanned the ice bats though? Like, I think that was the first thing I ever did when I got to Fendrana, right? Let's find out. The reason why I haven't been scanning them is because I thought I already had. Like, in the very first room when you get to Fendrana. Yeah, Flickerbat. Yeah, I scanned them ages ago. Yeah, Pat. I scanned them. Call me the scan man. Yeah, well, you wrote scam. I knew what you meant, though. When I say the word that obviously is wrong, Pat, I'm busting your chops. Just so you know. I'm doing that intentionally. Like when you use the word shit instead of shut. Like I was purposefully using the wrong word just to get to you. Wow, I missed the first jump. I suck. Oh. Alright, I gotta wait for the water to drain. Oh, I'm the worst. No, they just didn't keep the tapes due to cost back then. Some have been animated now, others haven't. Alright, that's interesting. There's a fun little fact on that, Sayla, since I know you're a Star Trek fan. The reason why we're never going to get Deep Space Nine HD remastered like we did with TNG is for a similar reason, because the way they filmed, and they also didn't keep a lot of the tapes of how they did it. So similar kind of thing, not the same thing. Like part of it was also like the way they were transitioning from old school filming to digital. All right, let's not miss the jump. Come on, man. Farts. All right. Maybe that's not where I'm supposed to be jumping if I can't make it. Occasionally, some were sent overseas to air and have been found, but that's a 50-50 chance. Interesting. The TNG set didn't sell as well as they hoped. I mean, I bought it. Did it not sell well though? I never looked into its numbers. That makes me sad that it didn't sell well. Aw, that's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. Oh, I would hope something like that would break the bank. We made $1 trillion off of this. Oh, look at that. There's a better platform to jump to right there, and I'm jumping to the wrong platform like an idiot. Stimpy, you idiot. Alright. Look how much easier that is when you jump to the right platforms. Alright, we got a wave door. We got a deactivated door. Yeah, no, the TNG remaster is jaw-dropping. It really is, Pat. And the thing that will forever break my heart is that we will never get a DS9 remaster. Like, it just physically cannot happen. And that breaks my heart, because I would love nothing more than to get a DS9 remaster. It's the same thing with, like, Babylon 5. We'll never get a Babylon 5 remaster for kind of the same reason. Because of the way it was filmed, it's not really possible. Alright, so that's a missile door. Let's go through the missile door. Ah, I was hoping it'd be a save. Haha. I remember hearing somewhere TNG on Blu-ray didn't sell well, but might be misremembering. No, you might be right. That just makes me sad if it didn't. I've just never heard how well it did or didn't do. And that would just be a huge bummer, in my opinion, if it didn't do well. Because it's a show that deserves a lot of love. Yes, the first couple of seasons are a little rough at times. I will not deny that. I'm not a defender of the early seasons of most Star Trek. The first couple of seasons of Voyager are a little shaky. Some amazing episodes. But a good number of like, TNG, there are some great episodes in those first few seasons. But like, there's also some not great ones. Does anyone remember the really racist African planet that they go to? Ooh. They've said in interviews, how did they get away with that? Like, what were they even? What was Gene Roddenberry thinking? He's normally so good about sensitivity, and like, what was he thinking? Oh God. Um, it's possible, just infinitely harder because the high def masters weren't retained. Well, okay, yeah, it is. Okay, it's possible, but it's also not possible, Pat, because they would never put in the money to do it. So like, it is impossible. Like, no, I stand by my statement. It is impossible because the companies, because the TNG apparently didn't sell well, they would never put in the money to remaster DS9. Not in a million years. So we'll never get it. Like, fans would have to do it. And it would have to be like a free fan project. Or like a Kickstartered fan project or something. And even that would be shaky. So like, I don't think it'll ever happen. Same in DS9. I have the last season DVD due to dumb luck. And would love to get the rest of the series, but not sure if I want to pay $100 for the whole set. Yeah, the first 2 seasons. There's a few episodes, like there's a good number of episodes in those first 2 seasons I love. But man, there's also like, there's some episodes like the Game Master episode where they're just dancing with a ghost child in like a hologram delusion. That like, Calamarain, count to 4. It's like, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Shadow Pirate. Pirate forces trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Use enhanced detection gear when fighting these units. I don't have those. So that's unfortunate. Poor Denise Crosby, her one major episode, and it was a lousy one. Yeah, it was not. It's maybe considered one of the worst TNG episodes, if not the worst. Like, it's not a good one. That episode is really bad. Like, and not even sarcastically bad or like so bad it's good. Like, no, that's just a bad episode. Ooh. Poor Denise Crosby, though. Like, she really got the short end of the stick at every turn. This is... Oh, this Shadow Pirate is... I cannot move. There we go. Alright, keep an eye out for Invisipirates now. The author that wrote that TNG episode did one for SG-1 using the same script, and it was just as bad. What episode of SG-1? That's one of my favorite shows, and I can't remember an episode that was similar to that from SG-1. Give me a second. Oh, hang on. I need to pause. Oh, I need to think about this. I remember watching the clip, and Kira had this look on her face like, kill, kill. Yeah. You know, the actress looked pissed. Emancipation. Was that the episode with the, that was the early episode. That was like the first episode once they like got out of the big pilot, right? Where Sam has to fight a bunch of Japanese guys for female empowerment reasons. Because that was not a good episode. That was a really bad episode. Was that episode? Oh yeah, that was a terrible episode. Oh, the pilot of SG-1 is so good. And they go from the pilot and then the episode where they're interrogating Teal'c, which is also a pretty good episode, to their first off-world mission. And the audience is like, oh, I can't wait. And then we get that weird emancipation episode that misses the whole point of feminism altogether and does not do any favors to Sam as a character in any way, shape, or form. That episode is weird. I did not like that episode. So yeah, the first couple of seasons of SG-1 are also a little rough. There's great episodes like the pilot and the season finale of SG-1 season 1, but like then there's bad episodes like Emancipation that are just like, what were they thinking? Oh, but yeah, I do know that episode. That it's a roughie. At least the Horn Dog episode is memorable. Or memeable, come to think of it. There's a lot of memeable Tasha. Oh, yeah. Tasha, poor Denise Crosby. Poor Denise Crosby. Like, she left the show not realizing it was going to be such a success. And then, like, when she was on the show, her character was not getting anything good. I'm like, poor Tasha. Poor Denise. I think the problem with early TNG is they tried to be TOS, but what worked in the 60s didn't work in the 80s. 100%. That is 100% the problem with the, I would say the first 2 seasons. Because I feel like season 3 found a really good balance. Like, they lost those terrible lines on the uniform that I just thought looked like garbage. I hated those stupid lines. I believe season 3 is also when Picard got his sexy-ass command jacket that nobody else has but him. And also the stories just got better. Like, they got consistently better. But yeah, Picard's sexy-ass command jacket. I want to buy one of those. I've always meant to look for one, and I just never have. But like, oh, that jacket. It was so good. They just needed to emphasize that Sam's reproductive organs are on the inside. So much so that they had to make fun of that fact 10 years later in the 200th episode of SG-1, where she's they're doing the Team America parody in the 200th episode, and they have her puppet going through a big montage, like yelling at all the men. And in one of the montage jumps, she's talking about her reproductive organs like she was in the first episode. Like, oh, 90s feminism. Like what male writers in the 90s thought feminism was. We've come a long way since then. Writers still are working on it, but they've gotten a lot better. Like, they still don't always hit the mark, but they've gotten so much better at writing strong female characters. And I'm very happy about that. A good example on this is Kira. Jesus, Kira was a strong female character. They weren't messing around with her. One of the strongest female characters in sci-fi, in my opinion. Oh, that's a little cutie. Is it going to try to kill me? Well, somebody's going to try to kill me. Yeah, a show has to evolve to fit the changing audience. Oh, absolutely. Which is why I like what they did with Star Trek Picard. I like that it was still TNG, but it also evolved with the times. So it was an edgier, darker TNG. Kind of like our world is edgier and darker. Like, yeah, it worked. Alright, I'm going to kill the first one. Okay, he's dead. And then make sure that these are the Shadow Pirates. They are not. It's a new creature. Good thing I scanned. Just a normal space pirate. Alright. Alright, they're shooting at me. Shadow Pirates only stab. I'm learning. If only my reproductive organs were on the inside and not on the outside. Oh, Sam. Sam. I love Sam. Oh, Sayla. I don't know if you heard. Same with you, Pat, man. You probably have. But, like, did you hear that they're the original showrunners and creators of the Stargate shows, SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe? They finally managed to get the approval to make a new Stargate show. So there's a new Stargate show in the works. And it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be a continuation. And I'm very, very excited. I hope they adapt it to the times. I hope they tell a story that is relevant to kind of the world we live in now. So I'm kind of hoping the Stargate program becomes public knowledge and they have to deal with like the political fallout of that, all while dealing with a new threat from space. Like I'm hopeful they get very topical in that regard, because think about the political climate of the entire Earth right now. Now imagine the modern politics going on with the revelation that the military, the US military, has been running a secret program involving alien technology for decades. Like, oh, that could be so cool. Like, there could be some great storytelling in that. I want to see that. They can shoot. They want to rule the galaxy. Ambition. Alright, I think I got the gist. They are definitely nowhere near the threat of the, well, no, never mind. I was going to say the Shadow Pirates, but the Shadow Pirates were not a threat. Get back here. There we go. They did. Force field accessible only through space-powered bioimaging. Sad. Watching the first episode of Doctor Who, I noticed a tidbit. The outfit of the character Susan is wearing in the first story is also what she wore in her final main story. That's cool. I like little details like that. That's very cool. Oh, you canceled your Prime, Pat? I mean, it's probably a good thing. No need to give Amazon more money. You know, I use my mom's Prime, so, like, yeah, she uses my Netflix. So, like, you know, we share our streaming services. So, like, I have access to Prime still, luckily. As an analogy for xenophobia, racism, and the military-industrial complex, Stargate has unlimited potential. It has tremendous potential. My God, if they're brave enough and bold enough, they could tell such amazing stories. Like, oh my God, just think about the current modern world and, like, everything going on with Russia. And now factor in the fact that in the Stargate universe, the military complex was also working with Russia to keep the Stargate program secret. Like, there's a lot of potential political stories that could get very topical in the modern world. Like, oh boy. Oh no, oh no. I feel like Doge would have annihilated SGC. Oh no. Oh no, the Doge cuts would have absolutely annihilated the SGC. Oh, they're probably dealing with that. Oh, the story might not even be an exciting space story. It might just be them trying to get their budget back. Oh, 10 episodes of them going through congressional hearings and appealing budget cuts that were already, like, appropriated Senate funds. Oh no, we might get a really boring Stargate show. It's not going to be that. Oh, that would be that. It's not going to be that. Does Prime have a lot of shows on it? My mother has it, but I never used it. Yeah, see, same thing for me. Like, I've never been a Prime person, but my mom has it. So she lets me use it when she's not using it. And there actually are a good amount of shows on Amazon Prime. There's a lot of really interesting content on there. There's a show with David Tennant. Oh, hang on, I'm being shot. There's a show with David Tennant I really love. That's, I think, an Amazon Prime exclusive called Good Omens. That's really, really good. It's only got 2 seasons out. I'm still hopeful for a 3rd season. But it's incredibly high quality. It's cheeky as hell. It's very, very, very British. It's extremely British. And I have spent my entire life, like, loving British humor. So it's absolutely a show made after my heart. Like, I grew up on, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so I grew up as a kid in love with British culture. Like, I was obsessed with everything British when I was a kid. Which is why it's weird that I haven't watched more Doctor Who. Because I should have. I'm a sci-fi psychotic. Like, I'm obsessed with science fiction. I should have watched every episode of Doctor Who. Makes no sense why I haven't. But yeah, there's some really good stuff on Prime. There's a show I really love called Upload, and I believe that's an Amazon Prime show. It's about a world where human beings learned how to download their consciousness into a computer before they die, so that they can actually kind of have, like, an actual afterlife. And how it's been, like, overly monetized. And it's an interesting little, like, romantic comedy show that I really, really like. All right. I got the map. Very nice. There's Legend of Vox Machina, if you like animation. Legend of Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine. Some really cool stuff from Critical Role. They have a couple of animated series that are Amazon Prime exclusives. The main bad guy is Elon, man. It'll just be Stargate by the way of Space Force. Yeah. Like, God. Elon Musk is such a good villain. Like, oh my God. I would love nothing more than to see Jack O'Neill throw a knife through his hand. Oh my God. That would be amazing. I would pay so much money just for that shot. Still one of my favorite images from the entire series is when Jack O'Neill throws a knife through a System Lord's hand like through his shield, and I always thought that was so cool. I have to check it out when I get the Wi-Fi on my TV fixed. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, the Wi-Fi on my TV died a while back too, and so I ended up getting a Roku, a little like a detachable Roku device, and it's been working perfectly for years. And that's what I use for all of my streaming. I think it cost me like $20, but like it, yeah, it gets all the it gets all the services on it, all the apps. But I felt that was cheaper than buying a new TV, or even repairing the TV. I was so bummed when the Wi-Fi on my TV died, though. It died within like 6 months of getting the TV. Good to know I love David as an actor. I didn't care for the 10th Doctor, but that was due to how the character was written. I've heard other people say that before. From what I understand, you are not alone in that sentiment. But I love David Tennant as an actor. I adore him as an actor. I love some of his solo movies I've seen. I love his TV shows I've seen. In Good Omens, he's amazing in every single episode that he's in. Like, I love every moment that he is on screen. There we go. I'd pay money just to see him beat the crap out of Musk. Yes! I would pay more than just money. Like, do they want, like rights to any of my organs? Like, I'll give them a couple organs if I can see them beat the crap out of Elon Musk. Please. Please and thank you. Please. One of the worst human beings on the planet. To say I am not a fan is an understatement. Ooh, pirate data entry. Log 10.344.8. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized. Oh, it's so good. It's so cool. Legends of Vox Machina and Mighty 9 need to come to Blu-ray. Luckily, my current Prime won't expire until after all of Mighty 9 Season 1 fully airs, but I'm screwed after that. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. I'll make sure I let you know how great Season 4 of Vox Machina is. David is in Broadchurch as well. Very cool. Don't tell Anna to pay. Yeah, no. If David Tennant is in Broadchurch, then that's another very, very good reason to watch Broadchurch. Like, something about him. He's a charismatic, likable guy. Like, just, yeah. There's something about him that just you want to watch. He's charming. Like, he's just incredibly charming. Like, there's even a dumb little rom-com that the movie itself was, you know, a dumb little rom-com, so very forgettable. But like, the fact that he was in it made it a really watchable movie. I think it was called The Decoy Bride. And like he's a writer with writer's block that's getting married to a famous person, and they have to like try to hide the fact that they're getting married. And like, it's a dumb movie, but like, he makes it fun. Like, he makes it legitimately fun. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. Ooh, sounds like my ex-girlfriend. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable, that they have to be euthanized. Dark for a Nintendo game. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. So, funny thing, Nintendo, very family friendly. You wouldn't expect to see the word euthanized in a Nintendo game, but there it is. Look at that, Nintendo. You can be dark. Just because it's the first thing I ever saw him in, David Tennant will always be that guy from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire to me. The guy that sticks his tongue out like a snake. Like, yeah, he is the guy from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That is true. What was his name? Finch, right? No. Crump. No. Something Crump, right? And then they say Junior. Thaddeus Crump or something. Yeah. Yeah, I remember him from Harry Potter. I also remember him from Jessica Jones. He played a very scummy bad guy in the first season of Jessica Jones. And he played it well. He was very not likable. Like, very not likable. Like, oh, he was like creepy bad. But a testament to the actor that he could play somebody so not likable. On the shows on Amazon Prime, are they included in the cost of it, or are they separate costs? So Amazon shows, like 95% of them are included. The only things that are not included are things generally from other streaming platforms that they're trying to like sell you on. But anything that's an Amazon exclusive is included, and then hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other things are also just included. All right, so I'm heading in the right direction. Yeah, Jessica Jones was great, though I never watched the final season. I just never got around to it. Probably because I found out all of the Netflix Marvel stuff was getting canceled, and so it just kind of, I just kind of lost interest. Like how it's the same reason I never watched the second Aquaman movie, because when the DCEU imploded, I just kind of couldn't motivate to watch it. He also narrated the How to Train Your Dragon audiobooks. He did? That's awesome. I would love to buy those. David Tennant narrated the audiobooks for How to Train Your Dragon? That's freaking awesome. I love that. He could be reading the dictionary and I'd probably be smiling. Not one of their original shows, but one no one else has. Yeah, that is true. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness, I know that feeling, have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. I feel like erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and equilibrium are all worse than just hallucinations. Like, I don't know. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. Yep, Phazon's bad. Be careful. Oh, I can't wait to get to the Omega Pirate. I remember that being like the most fun fight. It's been like 15 years, but I do remember that being very fun. So Sayla, I've been trying to the last few minutes think of other Amazon exclusive shows. And my brain is just drawing a blank. I know there's a lot of really good things on there. And my brain just can't remember them off the top of their head. Its head. My head. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plug them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. Oh, space pirates. Our Flag Means Death is Amazon 2. In it, I believe Our Flag Means Death is HBO Max. Yeah, Our Flag Means Death is HBO, unfortunately, the Patman. Don't do Phazon, kids. Yeah, don't do Phazon. Not even once. You'll be hooked immediately. Our Flag Means Death. Have you ever seen Our Flag Means Death, Patman? Because I love that show. I love Our Flag Means Death. That is such a fun show. That is a better show than it has any right to be. And I highly, highly recommend it to anybody. Okay, I think I've scanned everything down here. Elevator time. Yeah, okay. So, Sayla, the Papman loves a show called The Expanse, which is an Amazon show. I didn't like it, but you might love it. So, like, I know the Papman loves it, and he and I generally agree on most things. I just couldn't get into it. But, it's entirely possible you might love it. So that might be a show worth giving a chance. I gave it one season and I never found it that interesting. But he loves it and he has great taste. So it's worth looking into. Or it was under Amazon Video, not Amazon Prime. That's on me. Oh, okay. Wow, they are not that much of a threat. I remember space pirates being more of a threat. I don't want to belittle their accomplishments. I'm sure they're nice guys. But I mean, am I getting the lower decks of space pirates right now? Like, because they're all really boimlering the hell out of this. That turret just gave me more of a fight than all of these space pirates combined. Oh, Fallout! Yes! Fallout! The Fallout show. Sayla. Sorry if that got loud. The Fallout show is really good. That's a really high quality Amazon show. Yeah, I love that one. That's an insult to the lower deckers. You're damn right it is. And I think they'd be the first ones to admit it. Like, oh yeah, I did Boimler the hell out of that. Okay. I didn't miss anything. I watched Lower Decks and I found the show hilarious. It as evidenced by the poster I have right here of Lower Decks, it is one of my absolute favorite shows. Everything about the cat doctor, Dr. Ta'ana. Oh yeah, Dr. Ta'ana is one of the best doctors in Starfleet. She is a mad scientist. She is so erratic and so fun. But like, this is one of the rare shows in existence where there isn't a single episode I didn't love. Like, every single thing about Lower Decks I loved. It was a show by Star Trek fans, made for Star Trek fans. And it wasn't afraid to both show love and attention to detail while also ripping in a new one. And it was perfect. Everything about Lower Decks I loved. I could have watched new seasons of that show forever. I met the voice actors for Freeman and Mariner. They were really nice. I would love to meet Tawny Newsome. The voice actress for Freeman seemed like she was a really nice person in interviews. I've watched all of the Will Wheaton show. What was it called? Behind the Will Wheaton show, like the show he did, talking about all of the new episodes of the various shows. I've already forgotten what it was called. I watched all of those, and she always seemed like she was really nice. But Tawny Newsome, though, I know a lot about her, and she seems like a joy of a human being. Like, I would love talking to her, I think. But that's really nice to hear that they were really nice to you. Like, that's cool. You always get worried when you meet somebody that you're a fan of, that whether or not they're going to be nice. Um, the celebrities I've met have been very nice. I've been very lucky in that regard. I read somewhere Tawny Newsome is a DS9 fan. Tawny Newsome is a Star Trek fan. She is one of the world's biggest Star Trek fans. Like, so she's definitely a DS9 fan, but I think she's just a fan of the whole franchise. Like, she's a huge Star Trek nerd. Like, even before she was cast in Star Trek, she was a huge Star Trek nerd. And it kind of comes across in her voice acting. Yeah, she's a massive Star Trek nerd. Like, so she's one of us, which is very cool. And I think she even, she's one of the writers on the new Star Trek show coming out, which is really, really cool. I'm excited for that, in particular. All right, I'm not going to read this one. I've read them all. My voice is getting tired. I'm not going to read it. All right, did I scan everything? Yeah, Tawny Newsome's awesome. Mariner's awesome also. But yeah, Lower Decks, one of my absolute favorite shows. Actually, Black Friday, I found a really good price on a Lower Decks whole series Blu-ray. I think I might be buying that in a couple of days. Because that is a show I would like to own. Yes, I have access to Paramount currently, but I won't have access to it forever. And that's a show I would like to have access to forever. Alright, this set is weak. Cordite casing of column appears weak. Okay, maybe I need super missiles on that. Ooh! Can I get some missiles? Yes! Yeah, Tawny Newsome, huge Star Trek nerd. Oh, hello. Nice. God damn it. Pat, this is really bugging me. Like, my brain is focusing on it right now. What was the name of Will Wheaton's show? He had his, like, behind-the-scenes, like, talk show for Star Trek. What the hell was the name of it? It's just bugging me. It's just driving me crazy. And I don't want to stop playing the game just to pull out my tablet. But it's just like driving me crazy. Like it's right there. It's right there on the tip of my brain. I just can't think of it. The Ready Room. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was something right there, and it just wasn't coming. Thank you. I appreciate that, bud. Love you. Most of the Trek actors were nice, though Jonathan Frakes wasn't in the best mood, but in fairness, he might have been tired and it was lunchtime. Okay, so in fairness to actors sometimes that are in a bad mood just because of the circumstance, I'll give them a pass on that. So there was one time I met Sean Astin, Rudy from the movie Rudy, or probably more famously, Samwise Gamgee from the Lord of the Rings films. He's also in Stranger Things Season 2. I met him, and he was a very nice guy, but he was also very grumpy because the place that we were at was treating him like very badly, and he was not having a good day. Like, so, like, he was a nice guy, but he wasn't rude. Yeah. Like, he was very nice, but, like, he wasn't exactly, like, jumping for joy for, like, yay, I'm here meeting the fans. But, like, he was a very nice guy. But I always gave him the benefit of the doubt because the place that we were at was just jerking him around and not being very professional. And, like, yeah, like, I was giving him a pass. But then the other people I met that day were also very, very nice. I met the actor that played Tron. He was Bruce Boxleitner. He was in Babylon 5. He was Tron. And he was, like, one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Like, he got up and posed with pictures with me and my mom, even though he didn't have to. Like, he just volunteered to do it. Like, hey, you want me to take a picture with you guys? And we're like, hell yeah. And the same thing with Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian from Star Wars. Like, the nicest, most cordial, most gentlemanly human being I've ever met. Like, he's a man in his like 70s or 80s or something, and he was getting up and taking pictures with every single fan that wanted to, and he was making conversation with them when he didn't have to, and he seemed genuinely interested in everything everybody had to say, and he was just nice. Like, he didn't have to be any of that. Like, that was just the coolest thing ever. It gave me such respect for him. Yeah, was it when I met Alan Tudyk? You can tell the venue had super overbooked, and he was just stressed and in a hurry. I felt bad for him. Yeah, no, that was the exact same thing with Sean Astin. Like, he seemed like he was just super nice, but that like, so I met him at Frankensons in Southern California, and Frankensons had so mismanaged that particular like meet and greet with a bunch of celebrities that like they were so overbooked, and like nothing they had planned with him was working out on the timetable, and like you could tell he was just having like the biggest headache, and it absolutely was not his fault in any way, shape, or form. And so that's why I've always given Sean Astin a pass, because like I love Sean Astin, and I love everything I've ever seen him in. I've seen him in quite a few things at this point. I even loved him as Raphael in the 2012 animated Ninja Turtles cartoon. I thought he was a great Raphael. Oh, you, get back here. Hang on. I'll read that new chat message once I kill this guy. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I powered on a computer terminal. There we go. Michael Dorn was a really sweet guy, very friendly. That makes me happy. I've always wanted to meet Michael Dorn. I've never gotten a chance to meet him. Billy D. Williams was at the Trek convention for like 15 minutes. That's funny. But he didn't seem to want to be there. I wonder why he was there. That's interesting. That's an unusual person to be at a Trek convention. Maybe he was with a friend? It's possible. But yeah, when I met him though, he was just like the nicest human being on planet Earth. Conversely, Summer Glau just chatted with us happily for like 15 minutes. Yeah, that was us with Bruce Boxleitner. Like there was something going on at Frankensons that day. And so like we got to the point where we were getting autographs from Bruce Boxleitner, and he took a photo with us when he didn't have to. And then like the venue was having some kind of argument. And so the line stopped, and we were just stuck there with Bruce Boxleitner. And so he just started making small talk with us for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And it was so cool. Like, we were just talking about life, the world. Like, you know, I guess we talked a little bit about sci-fi, but really we were just talking about life. And he was just a cool guy. Terry Farrell was friendly too, though maybe too much judging by what she said. Maybe too much judging by what she said. Too friendly, you think? They were branching out to other sci-fi genres. They also had people from Space 1999 there. Really? That's interesting. Like, what was Terry Farrell talking about that made her come off as too friendly? I'm curious. You have piqued my curiosity. Color me interested. I had such a like she always seemed so cool. I would love to meet her. Just to say thank you for, 6 years of Jedzia. Terry was talking about how she hadn't been with a guy in 2 years, stuff like that. Okay. Okay, that's very friendly. That is an unexpected level of friendly. All right. I would actually love talking with her about something like that. Like, all right. I would just roll with it. Like, yeah, I haven't been with a guy for a long time either. Or ever. But like, yeah, same here. Why not? Try to relate to Terry Farrell. Like, sure. What a weird conversation to have with Terry Farrell. Not to me, she was talking to the guys in the line in front of me. Oh, that sucks. So she was talking to the random guys about not being with guys? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't gotten laid in 2 years. Interesting. She must have just been having a very interesting day. I'm gonna take off and watch some TV with the fam. Enjoy the rest of your stream. You too, man. You enjoy the TV with the fam. What are you guys gonna watch? Send me a message with what you guys are watching. I'm curious. Because I don't actually know what you guys are up to right now. But you have a good one, man. It was fun talking to you. Have a lovely rest of your day. No, that's a bummer that that you didn't get stuck talking to Terry Farrell. That would have been really cool. How long ago was that? Out of curiosity. I heard that and was like, Terry, you really want to say that in the middle of a vendor's room at a convention center? It's definitely a very unexpected thing to hear the celebrity that you're all waiting in line to talk to say just about other stuff. It's very unexpected to hear her talk about that. Yeah, that's fascinating. I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, okay. So hopefully she's broken her dry streak then. I mean, yeah. Otherwise she's telling people it's been 5 years. Oh, Terry, fascinating, Terry. Yeah, I need to look into to finding a cool like Star Trek meet and greet. I would love to meet some of the Star Trek actors. I'm trying to think if I've ever met any Star Trek actor, actually. I don't believe I have. And that makes me sad, because I'm a diehard Star Trek fan. Yeah, I don't think I've met any Star Trek actors. Not a single one. I'd love to meet Robert Picardo. Oh. Robert Picardo, I think, is my favorite living Star Trek actor. Lower note of, oh, yeah, I think I remember this room. Ironically, they had her at the table next to Nicole DeBoer that year. That's interesting. I've heard that her and Nicole DeBoer are actually very friendly to each other. Like, you know, neither one, like, holds any kind of, like, animosity towards the other because they both recognize that, you know, like, circumstances sucked and each of them were just doing what they had to do. Like, Nicole just took a job. She didn't do anything wrong. So, like, I've heard Terry Farrell has been very nice to her over the years. Like, no kind of, like, silent, oh, what's the word? Animosity. I met Robert Picardo. He's funny. He seems like he'd be funny. Oh, he seems like he'd be a blast. Like a joy of a human being. His Instagram is very entertaining. And whenever I've seen him in other things too, he's also been very entertaining. So yeah, he'd be the #1 Star Trek actor I'd want to meet. I'm trying to think if there's any Star Trek actor I wouldn't want to meet. Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure if I'd want to meet Kate Mulgrew. Because I know that she was kind of not nice to Jerry Ryan on set. And that I find that to be a bit of a bummer. So I don't know if I would want to meet her. Because I love Janeway as a character, and I would hate if she kind of just proved to be, you know, real crappy. Planet Twin Tabula. Ooh. Planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. That's cool. Closest I saw with any issues between Terry and Nicole was in the documentary when Terry was talking about what happened with her leaving, and Nicole looked a bit uncomfortable. I do remember that. I do remember that moment in the documentary, but I didn't think that was an issue. I think it was more just like Nicole recognizing the situation and just feeling bad. But like, I don't think Nicole was feeling like guilty or anything. I think she just felt bad for the situation. But I do remember that moment because I remember thinking the same thing. I love that documentary. I gotta watch that again. I thought that was a really, really good documentary. Ooh, Planet Zebes. That's a very important planet in Metroid. Planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A Class 14 planet, Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. And then I blew it up. So it's not really remarkable for anything anymore. I did neither. It was just saying that was the only instance I've seen of it. Oh, okay. Understandable. Talon 4. Ecosystem studies indicate Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren Class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. I can only assume Class 13 is bad. Planet Billium. Terrible name. Quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with Mineralis. I don't know that word. A sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, maybe we stay away from that. Oh, I love reading the lore stuff in video games. Oh, it's such a dumb thing to do, but I love doing it. Alright, how can I get up there? Alright, it looks like I can jump to that platform from that platform. Nice. Oh, come on. Timing the jumps can be a pain in the butt, though. Oh. Alright, come on. Channel your inner platformer. Pretend this is a Mario game and make the jumps. Ooh. Ah, never mind. Thought that was something cool. It's not. Alright, is that the grapple? What is that? Super missile. I'll take it. Ooh. Now I've got a bigger blasty. Five missiles using the power beam. Press and hold ZR and A to charge. And then press right trigger to fire. Ooh, that's a lot of button combinations. Alright, let's see. Okay, that is not the most convenient from a finger standpoint on the controllers. I have to use my middle finger for the right trigger. Ooh. Alright, that's going to be a toughie to use. Don't love it. Ooh, that room looks like it's important. What are you? So, Sayla, out of any curiosity, are you familiar at all with any of the Metroid games? Or are you just in watching the stream because chat because of fun Star Trek conversation and nerdy talk and Doctor Who? Or are you at all familiar with the Metroid franchise? Just out of curiosity. Because Mothy, who always pops up in my streams, he has been watching my Metroid streams, but he was very vocal when I first started playing, like, what the hell is this game? He had no idea what it was, but he still stuck around because, you know, he's a cool guy, and supported me with chat, and I really like that. He does not have to do that. Not really familiar with them, honestly. I know a little bit of it from watching my boyfriend play it. That's about it. Okay, that's something. It's not nothing. So has he played a lot of Metroid then, or just you remember once catching like an off glance of like, what is that? And then he said Metroid, and then you just never gave it another thought. Because I know I'm a pretty big Metroid fan. Okay, off glance. Okay. Completely fair. Yeah, I've been playing Metroid probably since... Oh, God. I was young when my mom got me an NES. I was like 4 or 5. And so I've probably been playing the Metroid franchise since like 90 or 91. God, long time. Like, I find them to be very relaxing games. And Super Metroid, fun fact about Super Metroid, Sayla. So when I was a kid, I was in the hospital for a good chunk of time with a pretty serious condition that almost killed me. And one of the only things that kept me sane was they had a video game cabinet at the hospital I was at, and they had Super Metroid. And so it helped distract me from the enormous pain and suffering I was in. I can laugh about that now. At the time, I was in enormous pain and suffering, and I was told I was dying. So, like, it was hard to stay chipper. But Super Metroid was one of those games that kind of helped get me through a very bad time in my life. So I guess I have like a bit of a nostalgic love of the franchise. Because it has like an emotional connection for me. Yeah, it was quite the period of time in my life. Ooh, new enemies. Hang on. Fun thing about this game, when there's a new enemy, you gotta scan it. I never had an NES or an SNES, so my Metroid knowledge is limited. Aw, that's unfortunate. Flying pirates, trained and equipped for airborne assault. I think I scanned one of these before, didn't I? Yeah. Why are they telling me it's a new scan? Oh, because I died. That's right. So it is a new scan. Okay. It wasn't a new scan, but then it became a new scan. Ooh. Oh. Let me finish this guy off. How many of these guys are there? Hang on, I'll read that message in a minute. I'm being bombarded by weirdo aliens with jetpacks. Okay. They weren't particularly threatening, but like, they just were everywhere. I was never in danger though. Okay, let's see. I remember a doctor's office I went to once when I was little. I had an NES hooked up and you could get the games from behind the counter. That's very interesting. Yeah, mine was a full-on, so I was in like the children's wing of like a hospital for months. And whenever I could, like whenever it was available, I always would ask the nurse, like, is the video game cabinet around? I'm dying. I would guilt them wherever I could. Like, I'm dying. Can I play some Super Metroid, please? Yeah, I was dying, so I was not above using guilt to try to get something that would help me stay sane. Oh, the memories. So you never had a lot of experience with the NES or SNES, did you, huh? Interesting. So out of curiosity, where are you in the world, Sayla? I've always gotten the vibe from you that you are in the UK, but and this was before today. Something you said in previous streams made me think you were from the UK, but I never got around to asking. Are you from the UK? Research Lab Aether. Is this the right direction? Make sure. Yes. I had some experience with the NES since my older cousin had one, but not a while. Okay, okay. Yeah, I grew up with the NES, like super, super extreme. Oh, you're in Southern California. That is very interesting. I am also in Southern California. I am about halfway, I won't say specifically where I am, but I am about halfway between Los Angeles and Vegas. Like a little crappy stop off that nobody's ever heard of. A city that doesn't make any maps in Southern California. I was not expecting another person in here from California. That's very cool. So yeah, then now that I know that you're from California, how about all that damn rain we've been getting? It just started letting up where I am right now. I'll tell you one thing, having lived in California my whole life, damn, California is not made for the rain. Whew. Let me tell you that. It rains here and our roads become like nigh untravelable. Travelable? That's not a word. Nigh undrivable. Untravelable. Oof, I've been talking for hours. My talk ability is fading. It happens when you're a streamer. You talk enough that it starts to take its toll. Speaking of Vegas, to let you know, Vegas hosts the Star Trek convention in early August every year. Yeah, I know. I've never been a Vegas fan, but I've always wanted to go just for the Star Trek convention. But I've just never been able to motivate myself to get off my ass and go to Vegas. I when I was a kid, I was dragged to Vegas so many times. I guess I just kind of grew to hate Vegas. And then when I became an adult, I just decided I never wanted to go to Vegas. But yes, a Star Trek convention is a damn good reason to go to Vegas. So yeah, maybe next year I'll just say screw it and I'll just go. You know what? Not even a maybe. Next year I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it. I don't care if I don't like Vegas. Speaking of someone been in California nearly my whole life. Yeah. I've been out of California for like brief periods, but like I've always lived in California my whole life. But like, you know, like I've gotten out for like a few months at a time, here and there. I definitely am not the biggest fan of California. I don't hate it, but like I don't love it. Oh, the most important scan in the game. The name of the game. Metroid. I'm not big on gambling, so only thing in Vegas that usually interests me is the convention. Yeah, I'm not a gambler, and I'm also even more of a freak, Sayla. I don't drink. So like there's not a lot for me to do in Vegas. I don't gamble and I don't drink. So what am I supposed to do in Vegas besides I don't know, go to a convention? I went to Vegas for my 40th as my aunt's last wish. That's about it outside of conventions. A last wish is a good reason. I mean, let's be honest. That's a damn good reason. You did the right thing. That's a perfect reason to go. I mean, how could anybody say no to that? I'm coming up on my 40th here actually. So, got to get used to that. Oof. I'm not looking forward to that transition. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm an inch away. The effects of Phazon have turned these Metroids, a species of alpha predator, native to SR-388, also an important planet in the Metroidverse, into a unique subspecies found only on Talon 4. A Talon Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Talon Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. Yep, that is true. Ah! That actually shocked me. Didn't scare me, but it shocked me. Alright, Metroid. Ah. Yeah, see? Got him. He didn't do any damage to me, so he was not a threat in any way, shape, or form. So, I am very sorry to hear, though, about your aunt. That is very unfortunate. How long ago was that? Before my aunt got sick and passed, she was like, "We have got to take you to Vegas for your 40th. After she passed, we figured, let's do it." About 3 years now. I'm very sorry. That were you it sounds like you were close. So I'm very sorry. At least you got to spend a nice little adventure on your 40th with your aunt. That actually sounds very nice. My aunt hasn't talked to me in... God, how long has it been since my aunt has talked to me? 20 years? Probably since my aunt has talked to me. My aunt had a big falling out with my mother over something that my grandmother did. And as a result, she just kind of broke contact with me. But before that, I was very close to my aunt. Like, I was extremely close to my aunt. And then she just broke off contact with me at the same time she broke off contact with my mom. And I haven't heard from her since. And that was probably like 25 years ago. Give or take. 25 years. So it's always nice to have a good relationship with your aunt. So it sounds like you had a good one. And I'm very jealous. God, I'm trying to remember the last time I've been to Vegas. I think the last time I was at Vegas was, there was a video game convention. And some friends from work talked me into going. Like, they were already going, and they're like, "You should come with us." And I kept saying, like, "Oh, I hate Vegas, I hate Vegas." And then they talked me into it. And that was something like 15 years ago, maybe? Maybe a little less. So it's been a while since I've been to Vegas. Which is funny, because I live so close to Vegas. Like, if I break the speed limit, I'm probably like 2.5 hours away. That's if I break the speed limit. Though I drive like an old man, so it'd probably take me like 3.5 hours. I absolutely drive like an old man, and I'm damn proud of it. I'm one of the only Californians that obeys the freaking speed limits. Yeah, the remaining aunts I have good relationships with, though one lives out of the country. I think I only have the one aunt. Yeah, I only have the one aunt. My mom only has the sister, and my... Well, okay, no, that's not true. I do have other aunts. But my father's side of the family, I don't have any connection with them. So, I don't have any contact with them. I have a complicated history with my father's side of the family. My father was a complicated human being. Let's just say that. I had issues with him. I have daddy issues. I'm very close with my mom, but my dad was a whole different topic. I had 5, but 2 passed on my mother's side. Father's side, I'm not in contact with. Yeah, same. Yeah. Wow, I'm reading. How dare you? How dare you? Never mess with a person when they're reading. I'm a massive bookworm, and you never mess with a person when they're reading a book. This is like rule number 1. Like, you let them have their fun. Got him. Alright. Oh, what's that say? Oh, with missiles. Okay, yeah, I knew that. I know he had 8 siblings, but not sure how many of them are still alive. Yeah, my dad had a lot of siblings also. I don't know how many sisters he had, although I know he had more than one. He had a lot of brothers, though. I have met most of them, at least once. Not close with really any of them. His side of the family, I didn't agree with certain things that, like they were. I'm trying to think how to explain it. Like they were very old school Mexican, like the way that they were raised. So they were raised by a very misogynistic, like sexist piece of crap. And so like my grandpa on my father's side was not a good person and treated his wife very badly. And as a result, my dad kind of treated my mom very badly. And like, you know, he found religion later in life and, you know, became a more like peaceful, well-rounded human being. But I could never really forgive how he treated my mom. And I know his whole family kind of struggled with the whole like how they were raised thing. And it never sat right with me, so I kind of never really got along with them. Because I was raised by a single mother, and so I was very much on the side of my mom on that one. And yeah, I have very complicated family history. All right, I'll read those later. Hey, I've scanned 50% of the logbook. Look at me, I'm a good gamer. Even though I've done very bad gaming today. I have not given the best showing for a Metroid gaming. I've gotten my butt kicked by enemies that should not have been kicking my butt. It's actually really embarrassing. Luckily, I'm okay with it. Oh, the elite pirate. They're tough. I think I remember fighting that thing later. I think it breaks out of there later. It's all vague memories, but they're in there. Alright, anything else in here? Oh, look at that. There was a hidden door. And it looks like that's where it wants me to go. So let's go. Ah! Get back up here. Oh, these guys don't want to explode. Are they new? Oh, they are new. Oh. Get back up here. I need to scan you. For my logbook. Ice beetle. Apparently I never found an ice beetle. Good to know. Alright, nothing else cool in here. Don't mind me. That space pirate, I'm just gonna let him be for a second. He's just gonna be thinking to himself like, is that Samus? Did Samus just walk in here and then back out? And pretend like I didn't notice her? How weird. Why did she do that? Oh, she came back! Oh, now I'm dead! Oh, Samus. Alright, you gotta take out their jetpacks, I remember that. Electricity is great at wiping out their jetpacks. Alright, this was the log entry part of the game, I remember that. Ooh, one of the visors. I haven't gotten those in a long time. I remember the visors in this game were really cool. So thermal imaging visor, not the X-ray visor. Ah, I was hoping for the X-ray visor. The X-ray visor gives a really cool visual. The thermal, like, yeah, I'm fine with predator vision. But, eh. The X-ray one's cooler. Also, did that door lock behind me? No. Okay. Alright. Generally, there's a boss fight whenever there's an item. So I'll bet you there's something in here that's going to try to kill me. Oh, something more in here that's going to try to kill me. Because something's already tried to kill me. Something will continue to try to kill me. Oh, the remaster on this game is so pretty. That energy looks so much better than it did in the original release. Ah, what the hell? Is there a turret around here? Oh, there you are. It is a turret. There we go. Oh, I can't get that health. Too far away. Come to me. Yes. Ow. Oh. Wasted a missile. It's unfortunate. Nice. Good to know there's a suck-off range on this thing. And yeah, I know what I just said. Whenever I grab anything with the charge beam, I always call it sucking it off. Because why not? Alright, central tank, auxiliary unit, terminated. Ah, okay, I see what I'm doing. So I just got to make my way through the room and disable all the force fields. Combat applications are being evaluated by command, field testing, and Fendrana. Region approved. Use of prototype visors by security personnel approved. Cool beans. Alright. I will take that visor, s'il vous plaît. Where do I deactivate? There it is. Alright, making slow progress through the game. Slowly getting all the upgrades and making my way through the land. Ah, down D-pad. I feel like that's a good time for something to attack me. Interesting. I can't go... Oh yeah, definitely time for something to attack me. The game wants to really force you to be like, this is what the visor can do. You need to use it now. Alright. You know, that actually looks cooler than I remember it looking. Yeah. Oh, it is very dark in here. Alright, I guess I'm navigating with that visor. So the door above me has lost power, so this is the only way I can go. Oh, it's an ice door. How do I change beams again? Ah, there it is. Oh, I don't have the ice beam. Idiot. Right. Okay. Well, then I gotta find a way out of this room. Hope I didn't softlock myself and somehow I got here sooner than I was meant to. That'd be funny. I mean, that has happened before. Not in this game, but I have soft locked myself in video games before. Come on. Oh, I feel bad. That Metroid was minding its own business. And then I just kept electrocuting it and burning it. Oh, poor little guy. I always felt like Metroids were horribly mistreated. And misunderstood. But they're also gonna kill me, so you know, survival of the fittest. Ah! Very cool. You have to power the door. I like it. I have never scanned you. Mechanoid, sentry drone, well-armed and armored security mecha. Limited intelligence, but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, they go crazy and kill everything in the motherfucking room. Alright, good to know. I guess I'm leaving this visor on. Ooh. Over the long term, that would definitely give me a headache if this is the only way I could look at this game. So hopefully the lights come back on pretty soon. Okay. Okay, Space Pirate. Calm down. Calm down. You think you would all be demoralized by all the bodies of your friends you had to clean up in this room. Like, but you're still coming after me. Oh, I see what that is. Okay. Nice. Doo-doo. Oh, I love the music in this game. Ah. Okay. Okay. Doing a little peekaboo? No. I don't do peekaboo. Not my thing. Ow. Oh. Okay. You cannot see them at all in thermal. Makes sense. They're machines. But you extremely can't see them in thermal. Wow. Now I know how the Predator feels. Oh, okay. I remember where I am now. See, I think I'm just gonna get to the next save room I find, and then I'm probably gonna call it a stream right there. But I've had a really nice, relaxing stream. Talked to a few cool people, and had fun playing the game I'm playing. What more could a person ask on a nice, relaxing Sunday? Alright, who else is out here trying to kill me? Wave Beam is so good. It stuns them while annihilating their health. So I remember I have to destroy a tower later. And it crashes down right here. But I couldn't tell you how I did it. But that's a future problem. That's not a now problem. Oh, did I get turned around? Did I just go through the same tunnel I just came from? I feel like I did. Alright, if those enemies have respawned, I'm just gonna run past them this time. They have respawned. I'm going to offend them right now by just continuing on. Did you guys beat Samus? She just kept running. What? Yeah, she ignored us. Why did she do that? I don't know. It was really rude. Oh, I was in the right tunnel. It just looked the same. And I guess I'm messing with these space pirates' heads. Wait, she's coming back, guys. She's gonna face us. She's gonna fulfill our purpose by letting us fight the hero. Wait, why isn't she stopping? Wait, she just kept running. It's like she doesn't care about us. Guys, what's the point of our lives if the hero won't fight us? Do we even have a purpose? Why do we exist? Oh, I think I've broken the space pirates. Oh, I like the idea. Making a space pirate existential. But yeah, there you go. Got to a save room. On that note, I'm gonna call it a stream right there. But yeah, thanks to everybody that popped in and said hi, and even engaged in a lot of cool chats. So special thanks to Mothy, the Papman, and Sayla for giving me some really good conversation. Like it makes streaming a whole lot easier when you got people to talk to. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a good one, and should be streaming tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. Peace, or live long and prosper, as I like to say.